Wikipedia is a multilingual, web-based, free content encyclopedia that is based on a model of openly editable content. It is the largest and most popular general reference work on the internet and is named as one of the most popular websites on the entire internet. The website features no ads and users can use it for free. It is funded entirely off of user donations which run and maintain the site. Wikipedia was launched on January 15, 2001 by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger, and now it is used by millions worldwide. Wikipedia is a website that provides information to anyone at any time for free. It is one of the most information-rich websites in the entire world, yet it is constantly receiving hate. Why is this? Those who criticize Wikipedia often focus on the propagation of misinformation. Many people with an agenda attempt to edit Wikipedia to spread their beliefs and to gain influence. Researchers from MIT and IBM examined the effects of vandalism edits, summarizing, "We've examined many pages on Wikipedia that treat controversial topics and have discovered that most have, in fact, been vandalized at some point in their history. We've also found that vandalism is usually repaired extremely quickly, so quickly that most users will never see its effects. Advanced bots quickly repair blatant vandalism, while other editors repair more covert instances of vandalism. Some of the digital vandalism is caused to support an agenda, some is caused by pranksters, and some is done in studies that test Wikipedia's algorithms. These flukes are repaired almost instantly and usually cause no harm. Wikipedia's coverage and systematic bias has also been a subject of debate. The length of articles often varies based on the interests of the contributor. Editors will go into detail about topics they are interested in while putting less effort into less interesting articles. Comedian Stephen Colbert once mockingly praised Wikipedia for having a longer entry on lightsabers than it does on the printing press. Detractors could argue that this is a sign of unreliability, but Dale Hoiberg, the editor-in-chief of Encyclopedia Britannica, gave an interesting explanation. People write of things they're interested in, and so many subjects don't get covered, and news events get covered in great detail. In the past, the entry on Hurricane Francis was more than 5 times the length of that on Chinese art, and the entry on Coronation Street was twice as long as the article on Tony Blair. Wikipedia covers a vast number of topics that encompass diverging ideas and opinions. It covers old topics while constantly updating new ones. It covers highly controversial topics while simultaneously covering silly or fictional topics. Editors focus on information that is meaningful to them and focus on the few topics that interest them out of millions. Wikipedia's monumental trove of knowledge possesses bias and undercoverage. The bias is slight, like every source, and the undercoverage and overcoverage is due to editors' personal interests. Bias and coverage are issues found in every source. News outlets, especially, are no stranger to these. They pick and choose what to cover, and their biases are present even when not obvious. Even outlets that claim neutrality have slight underlying biases. Other sources that are considered unbiased or reliable often cover few topics in the large scope of information. With 5,597,118 articles, the English Wikipedia is the largest of the more than 290 Wikipedia encyclopedias. Overall, Wikipedia comprises more than 40 million articles in 299 different languages, and, as of February 2014, it had 18 billion page views and nearly 500 million unique visitors each month. With so many articles and relatively few editors, it only makes sense that problems arise. It is impossible to cover that amount of information while being completely accurate and unbiased. A question that many ask is, why do people write for Wikipedia? Anyone can edit or write an article and contributors remain anonymous. To answer this question, 22 volunteer Wikipedia writers were interviewed. Their answers revealed that, in some respects, the incentive system that motivates contributors to the open content encyclopedia Wikipedia resembles that of the scientific community. Like scientists, contributors to Wikipedia seek to collaboratively identify and publish true facts around the world. While some may make edits to further an agenda, many repeat editors derive joy in their pursuit of sharing knowledge with the world. My personal experience with Wikipedia has led me to think of it as a reliable source. All my English and history teachers have had similar, if not identical, rules for writing research papers. They always require that their students must not, under any circumstances, reference Wikipedia. They provide the classic criticisms: "It's not reliable. Anyone can edit it." I'll then begin my research by looking up my topic. I click on the Wikipedia article since it's almost always one of the first links when you look up a research topic. I read the article and develop a general understanding of the topic. I then use other sources to please my teachers, and using those sources I typically find identical information to that found on the Wikipedia article. The reliable websites often have less information than Wikipedia. The information I end up referencing for my paper is usually identical to the information found on Wikipedia. The website is not perfect, and other sources often do have information that is not found on Wikipedia. Therefore, triangulation and the use of multiple sources should be used during research in order to be as accurate as possible. But not all teachers view Wikipedia in the same light. Every science teacher that I have had that has mentioned Wikipedia endorsed its use. They recommended it for assignments and studying, and this proves that the accuracy of Wikipedia article varies. Why else would science teachers recommend it? Accuracy is important in informative articles. Wikipedia's accuracy has long been a subject of debate. Detractors often generalize and write off the entire website as inaccurate. This is simply untrue. Wikipedia's accuracy varies from article type. Pop culture articles are often less factual than scientific or historical articles. This is often due to the fact that pop culture is open to interpretation. Controversial and ambiguous topics tend to be less accurate than older and more concrete topics. It is also important to note that just because an article is inaccurate, it does not mean that it will always be inaccurate or has always been inaccurate. We will now see how students feel about Wikipedia. What are your views on Wikipedia?
I think it's a great source. I use it pretty often for assignments. It's very convenient, very easy to use. And if teachers ever ask, well, Wikipedia is not a good source, you just go down to their sources and you can quote those directly. So it's a great source. Love it. Buy it. 10 out of 10.
You can't buy Wikipedia.
What are your views on Wikipedia?
One time I wrote an entire paper with just Wikipedia, and it went pretty well.
You did well on it?
I did very well.
Good, good. Would you say Wikipedia is an accurate source?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes? What is it not accurate? So how often do you use Wikipedia?
Pretty frequently, I would say. Every assignment I do, even if I don't use Wikipedia as a source, sometimes I just read it before finding other sources just to understand the topic.
Do you ever
pretty often?
Do you ever use it for, personal research, for things you're interested in?
Sometimes. When I question the meaning of life and I read about quantum mechanics on Wikipedia at like 3 a.m.,
yeah,
I feel like I learn a lot. It's really fun. Yum.
How old are you?
4.
What are your views on Wikipedia?
I like Wikipedia. I think it's solid.
Would you say it's accurate?
As far as I mean, yeah.
When researching, it is important to triangulate sources to determine what is closest to the truth. Wikipedia is great for general topics, but specific topics should be researched thoroughly. Wikipedia is a great place to begin research, but it should not be the only source used to conduct research. Wikipedia makes it incredibly easy to cite articles by providing a link that does it for the reader. But it does this while advising against it. The people in charge at Wikipedia understand the website's shortcomings and seem to have less bias than some people might think. Wikipedia is a great tool for doing personal research on general topics, and it should be used as a starter for larger research projects. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Is Wikipedia reliable? Well, the answer is it depends on the article and article type. But in general, I would argue that Wikipedia is reliable.